Welcome back. Our Tech Tuesday segment continues today with Terry McAdams from MacTech Solutions. Terry, what do you have for us today?
Well, I've got battery packs that you can use with your electronic devices, phones and things like that. I've got a little PowerPoint here. Actually, it's a keynote, but I've got that up there, but that's just a picture there. But we're going to go through and talk about a little bit what you can use these things for. We have, you can use them for your smartphone. I mean, that's the main thing.
Right.
Because especially with Pokemon Go, right?
Eats up that battery.
You'll see people out at MSU holding their battery pack just like this.
Okay.
And they have it connected. Just a real easy little thing here. This again for our phone. But in this case, this one has 2 ports on it. You can actually see that there's one for a tablet and one for a phone. And the reason that is that tablets do draw more power than a phone. But you could do 2 phones or a tablet and a phone at the same time.
Okay,
so
that's pretty handy.
Yeah, it is. And so anyway, that or you can do maybe your GoPro camera. But tablets, they said anything that uses a USB charge.
Yeah.
I mentioned before we started that a lot of times people have your GoPro, try to say that again, GoPro cameras, and you can actually connect these and get a little longer life than the built-in battery. So I use this all the time with that.
Yeah, I feel like our GoPro runs out of battery so quick.
Yes.
Right at the time when I want to capture something, it runs out of battery.
Right,
so.
and the thing is though, that the only downside is that it's not going to be waterproof. So you do have to have it outside of that waterproof case. But otherwise, it is definitely handy for that. Now, sometimes, if you can see on the presentation there, we actually can start your car. Now, these don't do that, but they do make battery packs that do start your car and also charge your electronic devices.
Fancy.
And they run between $30 and $60 typically. Now, that's for the good quality ones. You've got to be careful with that. And I have a slide that talks about the safety here in a minute. But here's some other uses. I mentioned Pokemon Go. Traveling, obviously, when you're traveling on an airplane. Camping, that's actually very useful to have.
Anywhere you don't have an outlet,
Exactly.
basically.
Yep. And I mentioned too about extending your video recording with your GoPro.
Okay.
So they come in different sizes. Now this is important to think about when you're actually looking to purchase one. This is a 3,000 milliamp hour. Milliamp hour is simply
I have one of those.
Right. Is simply a measure of battery capacity, and then they go up to 20,000. Now this one I think is 6,000. No, I'm sorry, this is 12,000. But they go up and they get very large in capacity.
Yeah.
But as you can see there, you can get a couple of charges maybe out of this.
Okay.
This one can probably get you up to about 7 charges or so.
Oh, okay.
Depending what you need it
Depending
for.
on what you need it for. And then battery safety. This is very important. I want to make sure everybody understands this. Heat is the biggest issue with electronics, and especially with batteries. So they do get warm. They get very warm. And I recommend you not put these in your pocket at all. I know that people will, and I see them running around with the Pokemon doing that.
I've been guilty of that,
Right, so be careful with that because sometimes these have been known to catch fire. Now, if you get a good quality one, good quality brand, then I think you'll be okay. But just something to keep in mind when you're doing it. But when you do travel, though, you need to make sure that you keep them in your luggage, in your carry-on luggage.
Yeah.
They won't let you check them. And then, just like I said, mention good quality type.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions, of course, you know where to go.
Yeah.
Come see me.
MacTech Solutions, or you can send them to us and we'll relay them to Terry.
Either way, you can send them however you get them to us.
Yeah, there's some information there on your screen there about questions. But Terry, this is really informative, and I think something everybody uses or needs to use and wants to use, especially for phones, GoPros, anything really tech related. We always seem to run out of battery.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I always use mine in the airport when I'm traveling, or even in the car, because the GPS on your phone can eat up battery too.
Yes.
So useful for pretty much anything.
Yeah. All right, thanks for joining us, Terry. We'll see you back here next week.
All right.